I don't know if his hair is what kills him. Like, does he even look bad? His lips are really big, man, and like his skin color is so freaking weird, and his eyes. He almost has the Raptor problem with the eyes. Oh! I don't know what you're looking at, because I'm not you and you're not me. Good day, good day, good day. So the next set of videos I've decided will be going over hero loadouts for the 4 classes of this game. We're going to start with the Soldier, since, you know, that's the first one you engage with. You played as Ramirez, specifically Rescue Trooper Ramirez. So each of these 4 videos will be in the same order. I'm going to show you what a bad loadout for the class is, explain why it's bad, and then I'm going to build a good and efficient one and explain why it's good and efficient. I cannot do a mission that demonstrates a video. If I had editing software, I could, you know, I could show background footage of it, but I don't. And unfortunately, I have a time frame. Mostly because y'all don't want to freaking stay and watch. So, here we have a soldier loadout. Our main commander. Oh, what is the hero loadout? The hero loadout is an element of this game you're going to unlock very shortly in Stonewood. You might not have all of the options that you see me having, such as gadgets, 5 people in support, a team perk. However, this will all come into gameplay very soon for you. Each of these elements are important in how you're going to progress through the game, because it's some of these things are make it or break it for the missions you need to do. Hero loadouts, you're going to have to stock a lot of this game is collecting. You're going to collect heroes, and they're going to help build your loadout. And with these loadouts, you're going to go out and put in that work. This game is all about synergy. What's a more simple way I can say synergy? Because, like, synergy is sometimes a really big word for them. Yes. Matches. Team matches. I think that one works. No funny business. Yes. In the hero loadout, you're going to see what matches, what sticks. Let's get into it. Okay. So, here is the example of a bad hero loadout. First, let's go over everything. The commander is Centurion Hawk. He has Warcry, Shockwave, and Frag Grenade. His perk increases Warcry radius by 75%. His team perk is Phase Blaster. Every 5 seconds, my next shot deals a Phase Pulse, which does 47 energy damage, base energy damage. How do I activate it? It requires 2 Outlanders of epic or higher rarity. Okay, let's go over the support. Our first Outlander is the one who brings this team perk, Field Agent Rio. Phase Cannon. Using Phase Shift causes your next ranged weapon shot to fire a Phase Pulse, dealing 31 base energy damage and piercing enemies above. Switching or holstering weapons removes the effect. This hero is helping to activate the team perk, requires Commander with Phase Shift ability. Our second Outlander, this is the one that completes it, so it activates the team perk, is Ice Queen. Cold to the touch. Increases damage against frozen enemies by 14%. Now, heroes that don't activate the team perk are first Cup of the Day. While Going Commando is active, increases crit rating by 10 and crit damage by 100%. Requires a commander with Going Commando ability. Locked and Reloaded. After reloading, increases weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. Switching weapons removes the buff. 6-shooter. Increases pistol damage by 20% and impact by 25% for the first 6 shots in the magazine. Okay, so now I will overview why this is a very bad hero loadout. First and foremost, think everything, disclaimer, everything relates to the commander. The commander is the reason why these things aren't going to work. So let's get into it. First of all, this team perk. Every 5 seconds does a thing, and it requires 2 Outlanders to activate. Our first Outlander straight up doesn't do anything for us. Whenever you see that yellow circle with a triangle and the exclamation mark? That means they're not helping with my abilities. So in a way, they're completely useless. Sure, she's helping to activate this team perk, but other than that, she does nothing for me. Cold to the touch. Increases damage against frozen enemies. Quick question, how am I going to freeze enemies? Can Centurion Hawk freeze enemies? Does he have an ability that can freeze enemies? No. This dude has no way to freeze enemies. So she's bad. First Cup of the Day. Okay, this looks good. Going Commando, crit rating, crit damage. Except, oh wait. He doesn't have Going Commando. Going Commando is a soldier ability, and his abilities are Warcry, Shockwave, and Frag Grenade. Locked and Reloaded. After you reload, more damage. That's good, right? That works. However, you want to take into account what kind of weapons you're going to be using. If my guy has Warcry, and Warcry is a temporary buff, about 14 or so seconds, that increases fire rate, damage, and I think something else. Fire rate and your damage. Basically, it's a temporary damage boost. You're going to be shooting faster and you're going to be hitting harder. Are you sure that you want to have a weapon that, for reloading in only 5 seconds? I mean, Warcry lasts longer than 5 seconds. It doesn't seem like it would be getting the most bang for your buck. And finally, 6-shooter. Increases pistol damage in impact. That's good for the first 6 shots. Remember, this takes into account what kind of weapons am I going to be using. Weapons that I want to use with Warcry would be something like an LMG, so I could shoot for the duration of the Warcry. An LMG has a lot of rounds. I should be able to shoot for more than 5 seconds, you know? So these two straight up wouldn't help. And then the gadget supply drops. Gadgets will be their own video. This doesn't work because it's asking for things that are impossible, such as freezing enemies. Centurion Hawk can't freeze enemies, but Ice Queen can, if I was playing as her. And it's asking me for an extremely complicated arsenal. If I'm using Warcry, I want large magazine to get stuff out of it. However, someone like Calamity is asking me for only 6 shots. Locked and Reloaded is asking me to reload a lot for temporary damage. And then it has 2 people that straight up don't do a single thing, which is Ted with his first cup of the day, and Rio with her phase cannon. So basically, it's overcomplicated, everything's all over the place, and nothing works together. Now I'm going to build, here we have Ramirez. I'm going to show you a efficient loadout where everything works together. Alright, let's go in. So first with the team perk, I have a lot. Here, the 4 team perks everyone has is Long Arm of the Law, Recycling, Dim Mock, and Keep Out. If you were paying attention, 3 of those team perks are in the yellow exclamation mark, which, as we remember, means they're useless for the commander. Remember, everything is regarding your commander, who's Ramirez. So, the only one here that works is Keep Out. Let's put that in. Real quick, let's see what Ramirez does. Increases assault and SMG damage by 50%. SMG bonus does not stack with hip shot. That means that's another perk. She has Frag Grenade, Shockwave, and Going Commando. Alright, so let's build to that. Oh, real quick, let's read up on Keep Out. Keep Out, inactive. For each soldier, Frag Grenade leaves an energized area, dealing 12 base energy damage per second for 6 seconds. Base radius is 0.375 tiles, and increases by 40% with each match. So, to me, that sounds like every time I put in a soldier in the support team, my grenades are going to have a bigger radius, and they're going to be dealing more damage with each match. Alright, so that means we would want soldiers in our loadout. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Alright. First up, I'm going to put Doppler effect from a guy called Shock Trooper Renegade. By the way, everything I'm going to put in here, I'm going to try to make it base game, which means these are people that you yourself can get. So, what does he do? He decreases Shockwave cooldown by 24%. Shockwave is an ability that Ramirez has. Perfect. So I could use an ability more often. Alright, let's keep going. And he helps activate the team perk, because he is a soldier. Alright, let's see what else. Ooh, Survivalist. From Survivalist Jonesy. Eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. A very important thing to note about these loadouts, keep in mind, survivability is an important part of this game. You cannot regenerate all of your health, your shields are going to be down a lot. Survivalist Jonesy alleviates that by keeping me alive. And he's a soldier! Look at that, he's helping the team perk. Let's see what else we could do. Also, another thing, in the tabs that help you select, check it out. The first one, after all heroes, you see the 4 icons, soldiers, ninjas, outlanders, and constructors. There's 2 here, all heroes and then team perk match. If you're confused, go to team perk match to see what heroes activate your team perk. Let's keep going. Okay. Ooh. I'm seeing some good options here. Ooh, Escape Artist. Using Shockwave increases movement speed by 40% for 8 seconds. So, let's see. Our Shockwave comes back faster. And every time we use it, we get a temporary speed boost. That sounds very effective to me. What else can we do? Let's see here. I'm seeing some good options. Ooh, I see a good one. Going Again. Decreases Going Commando cooldown by 30%. Another cooldown one. So let's see. When we use our Shockwave, or we can use our Shockwave more often, We get a temporary speed boost. We can use our Going Commando more often, and all of these are soldiers which help the team perk. Looks like we need just one more. What else can we do? You got many options, but I'm looking for base game, which means someone that you yourself could get. Okay, I have a lot of event people. Oh, I know. Startup. Every shot increases ranged weapon damage by 1%, up to a maximum of 25 stacks. Switching weapons or reloading removes the buff. So, I have made what I believe is a strong and efficient hero loadout that should work for my missions. Let's explain why. So Ramirez has Frag Grenade, Shockwave, Going Commando. Her perk worries about assault and SMG damage. It just straight up increases it by 50%. So you're going to be hitting very hard. So our team perk is maxed out. We've put in 5 soldiers, meaning it's 5 times as powerful as it was before, which was basically when it was nothing. Our Shockwave comes back faster. Every time we use our Shockwave, we get a movement speed boost. Our Going Commando, our minigun comes back more often, so it allows us to use that more often and conserve ammo. Survivalist Jonesy, he helps keep us alive. Oh, how we love Survivalist Jonesy. And on the topic of assault weapons, we're thinking of things like assault rifles, LMGs, SMGs. Worried about high magazine. Let's read up on the perk real quick, because this one's a bit complicated. Every shot increases ranged weapon damage by 1%, up to a maximum of 25 stacks. So this means if I have a weapon with 30 shots, I'm going to build up damage on each shot, capping out at 25, so the last 5 shots are dealing 75% more damage. So with Bulletstorm, Jonesy, and Ramirez, if I have a weapon that, say, can shoot 100 rounds, like the Terminator or something, I'm going to be doing 75% more damage for more than half of that magazine. Efficient, works together, take into account... Here are the important things of a hero loadout. Take into account the weapons you're going to be using and your commander. First of all, those being the commander, because the commander is the one who matters the most. Without the right commander, everything falls apart. Your weapons, think of that as secondary. Read up. If you see that icon that says... If you see anything that says requires commander with, another hero in your loadout has perk. See that? Because I have 2 of these characters. Building up in your collection, you're going to get duplicates. So if I put in Rescue Trooper Ramirez, look at that. It still activates a team perk, but she's not helping me anymore, because it doesn't stack. Another hero already has this, which is my commander. If it says anything along the lines of, and it has a big yellow marker, you cannot miss it, requires commander with this, requires commander with that, that means the game is saying, hey silly, this doesn't work. Whatever you're trying here isn't gonna fit, G. Okay. We've went over a soldier loadout, how to make a good one, what's a bad one. To recap, here's the bad one. Doesn't work because it's asking for too many different weapons. It's asking for the impossible because he cannot freeze enemies. Ice Queen doesn't work. He doesn't have some abilities in this loadout like Going Commando. Complicated, nothing is efficient, nothing's matching. Nothing synergizes. This one works because it's helping to activate the team perk. All the people that activate the team perk also help her, which helps me. I'm not a girl, I'm talking about Ramirez, our commander. And also, I would plan to use weapons with a high magazine size, such as LMGs, to stack up on the damage. And then, shoot with a high damage count for a really long time. Yes, indeedy. Gadgets will be their own video. Don't worry about them in this. The next set will be me going over the constructors and everything. Constructors, ninjas, and outlanders. Okay. Sub 15 minutes. You know the motto. Less trading. Less begging. More playing, more watching, more observing, and more learning. Bounce out with that. Woo!